Good evening, everybody. Hope we're doing well. I know I'm doing all right, which is what really matters here. Give her a second and we'll rip into things. Getting to the point where I can almost live in the upstairs part of my house again. It's not quite so hot. I don't have to sleep on an airbed in my basement anymore. Like some kind of degen. I love a good airbed. The music's coming down in volume, so you know what that means. We're going to start reading from the prepared script. And those clever quips I come up with on the spot. Anyways, getting rambly already. Good evening, everybody. Welcome again. This is episode number 10. Peaked in high school. If I were good at math, I could have told you how many months ago we started this, but I am not, and so I can't. If you're tuning in for the first time, first of all, welcome. Thank you. And second of all, this is a show from Bucketlist Entertainment where we take a look at albums that came out in the MySpace era, so early 2000s, and see why we ever liked any of it. I'll remind you, this is an interactive show, so if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, anything like that, get your comments in and I will try to address them. As chosen by all of you on our Facebook and Instagram, we are covering Suicide Silence's 2007 album, The Cleansing. That was a lot of S words, so I had to say it right. Before we rip into it, reminder, we put votes out the Monday before every show. My dogs are agreeing if you missed that. So tune in a week from today. We will have a new poll out for what the next episode will be. So keep an eye out for that. Suicide Silence, if you're unaware, are an American deathcore band. They've been kicking around since 2002. As of right now, The Cleansing is the first of 6 total albums. Pardon me. If you've never heard the band, I think the way I was introduced to it is one of those YouTube top 13 brutal breakdowns. So just picture what you think that sounds like, and you're probably pretty close. I don't have a whole whack to go into about the band's background, but I will take this opportunity to say rest in peace to original vocalist Mitch Lucker. I like to poke fun at these albums, but a young man dying isn't funny. So just know that if I make any quips about it, it's no disrespect to him. Without further ado, as the kids say, I think we're going to get into this. I'm going to skip past the intro song because it's not a song. It's just spooky movie sample, soundscapey bullshit. First real song, however, is Unanswered. This is one of those songs that you could probably put as like a textbook definition of deathcore. It weaves death metal riffing with breakdowny chugga. It's got the low guttural vocals. It's got some pretty edgelord, anti-religion lyrics. It's on the cheesier side of things, sure, but I don't know. It's hard to listen to the way that song starts so abruptly and not get a little bit hype on it. All in all, glad I listened to it. Moving on from there is a bit of a dud. Hands of Killer is absolutely fine. 4 minutes isn't like a monstrous song length by normal standards, but I lost interest in this song probably a minute and a half in. I don't think the riff that they repeat throughout is nearly as good as they thought it was. And I mean, the remaining, 3/4 of the song kind of just doesn't breeze by, because that makes it sound like it was a smooth ride. It happens. It happens at you. You don't listen to it, you listen at it. Moving on from there, though. The Price of Beauty is another fun one. If for no other reason than the huge ass breakdown that closes it out. There's nothing too innovative on this entire album. That's not necessarily a bad thing. In the case of this song, it's not reinventing the wheel, but it doesn't overstay its welcome. And sometimes that's all you need, man. Sometimes just knowing when to quit is good enough. I'm going to move on. If you're keeping track, you'll notice I'm skipping a song. I skipped over The Fallen because I've listened to that song probably 5 or 6 times this past week, and I still have nothing to say about it. It's just one of those ones I tried to listen to diligently each time, and every time it just ended up sort of happening by me. So I got nothing to say about that one. No Pity for a Coward, though, was probably the first song by Suicide Silence I'd ever heard. It's got the t-shirt worthy seconds from the edge, what's it gonna be, pull the trigger, bitch. So it's got that going for it or against it, depending how you view Cheeseball lyrics. It's probably the most metalcore song that they have. It's very breakdown-centric, and the sweepy guitar solo at the end is something you'd hear more from a band like Unearth or something along those lines. So it's not my favorite song on the album, but it was a welcome change of pace, so I'll give it that for sure. From there, the reason we're all here. Apparently I queued up the censored version. But yeah, Bludgeoned to Death. Again, if you're keeping track, I skipped over The Disease because, similar to The Fallen, I've listened to it a lot lately, and I have nothing to say about it. Bludgeoned to Death is probably the song that I and many others first think of when they hear the name Suicide Silence. It's got squealy guitars, it's got pummeling drums. My dogs are wrestling beside me, if you're wondering. And of course it's got the, probably not t-shirt worthy because of the swear words, but it's got the doctors won't be able to recognize your fucking face. Yeah, I don't know, this song is really stupid and I love it every time. I shouldn't, but I do. That's where we're at. Cruising right along. Getting very consolidatory here. Girl of glass in a photograph and eyes sewn shut. I lumped together because They're all technically very well done songs, but they are very boring songwriting-wise, I find. It's a little show-offy, but at the same time, they've done the same thing but better throughout the rest of the album. So it's just far from a highlight when I was re-listening. Let's wrap her on up, though. That's some stand at the back and do the monkey bar arms. Anyways, Green Monster closes out the album proper. It's not too far of a step away from the stuff you hear on the rest of the album. However, I will say it has a lot more of a groove to it, which is kind of neat. It's a little more akin to what you would have heard from later albums from the band. Following several minutes of spooky sounds and movie samples at the end of the song, you get a bonus track. I've made my thoughts on bonus tracks pretty clear on an old bucket list rant. But I will mention that, let's see, Destruction of a Statue. It could have fit anywhere in the album, but that's not because it's a particularly interesting song. It's kind of just more of the same. I think Green Monster closed out the album perfectly, and I think it would have been as well off just doing it that way. But such is C'est la vie, or however they say it. Yeah, that's The Cleansing. We did it, so that's cool. That's good for us. Cleansing is not a bad album. I wouldn't call it a bad album by any means. I will say it gets a little repetitive in a bit of a hurry. Maybe in 2007, when deathcore was still like a fun, novel idea, I might have liked the whole album a ton. But I mean, I would listen to Unanswered and The Price of Beauty and Bludgeoned to Death most days of the week still, if I had to recommend some cuts from this thing. I'm going to start wrapping this thing up, so if you got any questions, comments, album suggestions, get them in. Some other good stuff that came out in 2007. Wilhelm Scream released Career Suicide. Bucket List Favorites Trigger Effect put out Dare to Ride the Heliocraft. Tegan and Sarah put out The Con, and another great deathcore album, Despised Icon, put out The Ills of Modern Man. As far as some recent stuff, there's an EP called Total Serene by the band Gang of Youths that I've enjoyed. Tunic has a new song called Fake Interest off their upcoming album. I believe it's called Quitter. And this band and album I just heard today is called I Became Birds. It's from a band called Home Is Where. That's it. You don't have to keep the sentence going. Yeah, really, really good kind of emo punk album. Really glad I found it today. But yeah, with that, I think we're going to close her on out. You can keep up with Bucketlist Entertainment on our Facebook page, on our Instagram, and on our Twitter. Twitter and Instagram is at Bucketlist Entertainment. Tomorrow evening, right here on Bucketlist, Liz is going to be talking with Dino from Fear Factory. Make sure you tune into that. We've also given our website a bit of a facelift, so check that out. It's bucketlistentertainment.net. If you would like to keep up with me, if you have any album suggestions, or if you want to keep up with the recommendations that we put out at the end of these episodes, you can follow me on Instagram at JustinDoesWords. With that, it's a nice day out. I'm going to take my dogs for a walk. Stay safe. Have a great rest of your week.